Hey there guys, it's Sarah Joy. Welcome back to my channel. I am taking you behind the scenes today on a project that I'm doing inside my kitchen. I'm a firm believer that everything in your home needs a home, and so I love the idea of optimizing all of your storage in order to really well house your stuff and keep your life simplified. So I have been needing some new storage in my kitchen. We actually have this closet that has not been well used. And so I'm going to be doing some custom built-ins of sorts inside of it, and I'm going to take you along the process. So let's get started. I always like to start by welcoming those of you who are new here. So if it's your first time on my channel, I'm Sarah Joy, and I put out videos every single Tuesday bringing you behind the scenes on projects that I'm doing around my home or coming on to give you tips to bring more joy into your spaces. I've also created a digital course called Attainable Aesthetic because while I love a beautifully aesthetic home, I believe that it should be attainable. You shouldn't have to spend an arm and a leg in order to get it. So my course is full of content on how to nail your design aesthetic and style your home in a way that will not break the budget. We'll teach you how to use things you already have, how to incorporate new things, and even where to shop for new furniture that is quality but at a fraction of the cost. Make sure to check out the link in my description to check out Attainable Aesthetic. Okay, so the topic of the day is this coat closet that is inside my kitchen of all places. I kind of joke and say everybody's house has something weird about it that you don't see everywhere. Ours is a coat closet in Texas in our kitchen. So it doesn't, first of all, in Texas, we don't really use coats. Second of all, to put a coat closet anywhere in the house, you chose the middle of the kitchen. It doesn't quite make a lot of sense. So it's actually got some depth to it, and it's got some different angles. So it's about 31 inches wide per se. It's about 26 inches one side, about 36 inches another side, and then like a tiny little corner that's like 15 inches. So it's a weird shape, but it's got a little bit of depth to it. But at the time, it just had one little wire rack in there, so literally just enough to hang some coats on. We had lovingly coined it the project closet because it was an easy place when we were kind of slowly renovating our way through the house and painting and all this stuff, to just shove all of the paint cans and the painting bowls and everything right inside of there, just because it would be out of sight, out of mind. The true thing that it had become a home for in the past year was the vacuum cleaner, the broom, and the trash bags. So that is not a lot to fit inside a pretty big space, all things considered. So I really wanted to optimize it. For example, I have a lot of linens that I had just been shoving into the drawers that are inside the little coffee nook inside of our kitchen. And then I was just also thinking of other things in the kitchen, whether it's appliances or an extended pantry, to be able to put some things into. So I wanted to take this project on and see how I could optimize this closet. I also have it in the back of my head that I want to go through our home, especially in our bedroom, to really do some built-ins in that closet. So I kind of wanted to just prove to myself that I could know what I was doing when it came to a project. So I said, let me work on one of the smallest closets in our house and see how that goes before dabbling into all the other ones. So with any project, I kind of just stare at it for a while. And one thing I thought of is I could be off to a good head start as far as shelving goes if I were to get some type of dresser and put it inside of there. So then I would have some drawers. It would also be concealed, so things would look a lot neater because you wouldn't necessarily see everything on open shelves. And it would just be like a one and done kind of thing. I would just install it there, kind of bolt it in, and trim it out, but I wouldn't necessarily have to go shelf by shelf like making everything. I started out by looking through Amazon to see if there were any just easy dressers that I could find that kind of met, again, those specifications. What I found on Amazon was pretty disheartening. It was definitely a lot of like particle board or just really cheap furniture, and most of them were just not wide enough. It was like either like nightstand size or like full dresser size. but not really like that 30-inch medium that I needed it to be. I also looked at Ikea because I had seen some other videos of people doing built-ins in their closet, and they were using this specific type. I think it's called the Tarva dresser. And so it's a solid wood dresser that is designed to be painted. It's not like a very pretty or aesthetic kind of wood. It's like very rough looking, like unfinished wood. And so people were taking those and basically essentially using them as a baseline to then build out their closet system. So I looked at those. I want to say that they did have a size that was similar to what I needed, but the dresser was about $250. So I was thinking, you know, that's not ideal. I want a smaller scale project than that. So as I always do, I set out thrifting to see if I could find something. I actually went thrifting for one day. So this was just one trip. I went to 3 thrift stores. So the first one I went to, I found nothing. I went to another thrift store and I found a solid wood one. It would have worked with the size, but it was all drawers. Just drawer, 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 drawer. Probably like 5 or 6 drawers. And I really deliberated on it. It was solid wood again, like I said. It was older. It was definitely more of a vintage piece. So it had really old looking hardware on it, which I knew I could replace. It was also lined with like an old timey looking paper, if you will. The price was $75. And again, I understand that for solid wood, like that is really good, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I went across the street to another thrift store, and that's where I found this piece. I just bought this piece. So right now, these doors do not stay shut. It's got this piece, this kind of closure attachment, which I'm not even sure what it's called, but it's not fully holding it in. But I do plan on painting the whole thing. And then as you can see, it used to be a TV console, so the back is cut out. So I'll replace the back, but this is actually gonna get drilled in, and then I will add in some shelving on top of it. So it does seem like a good plan. It's the width that I need it to be and the height that I need it to be. So seems like a good one. I like how the drawers pull out. They're like definitely really smooth. So I'm happy about that. So I'll probably clean it up today. I'm gonna see if I can fix it, and then I will paint it. So in the beginning, I was planning on all of the shelves being 16 inches deep and going all the way up. But then when I bought this piece, it was 19 inches out. I figured that it would almost do just as well to push the shelves back a little bit more so that you could better get in there with a ladder and reach all of your shelves. And that's when I remembered that when we moved into this house, the owner before us had like a makeshift shelf situation in the garage. So they had taken a bunch of bricks that were left over from the actual building of the house. There are house bricks, and they had stacked them, and then they had these pieces of plywood, I think, in between. And so they had just built it up with those. So I took all of those pieces of plywood and shoved them up in the attic just to get them out of sight, out of mind. And I figured I could always use these at a time in the future. Come to find out, they were actually perfect for the project. So they were just 11 inches deep. So the blessing was that I didn't have to buy wood for any of the shelf supports or any of the additional shelves, which I did 3 shelves. I just needed to buy the one piece that I thrifted, all of the trim pieces to trim everything out, a couple tools here and there, and then I needed to buy a 2x4 to go ahead and make a platform base. So again, I spent $35 for the first piece. The second piece that I bought was a 2x4 from Lowe's. It was for interior work. I think it was $5.46. And then on that trip, I also bought some screws that were longer in dimension so I could screw them through the 2x4 and into the wall studs. So I went ahead and made that platform that night. I started out by removing the caulk, removing the baseboards, then building the platform, putting it in there, drilling it in, and then nailing the boards on top. So now it's time to get the dresser in there. And that's when I realized that with the angles of the closet, I actually can't get the dresser in there. And that's when I realized with the angles of the closet, I have to put it at one side to get it through there, but that I don't have enough room to straighten it out inside the closet because of all the angles. I had to dismantle the entire thing and then reassemble it inside the closet. All in all, the lesson learned from this is to always be more determined than what you're working on. That piece of furniture was so complicated in the way that it was going in, and I actually had to pick up the entire base of it, tilt it in order to slide the drawers inside. But if you're working in any kind of bigger space, I don't think you would run into that issue. But for a small space like this, you gotta consider that it is gonna be harder than you think it is to work with that. Once I got that piece inside, I went ahead and affixed it. One, I drilled it into the wall itself. Two, I drilled it down into the platform, so it was not going anywhere. And then the last thing is I put a piece behind it and drilled that into the wall as well. So it's affixed on the sides, on the back with an anchoring piece, and then on the bottom so that it was not moving or going anywhere. So that's where I'm leaving off this week because I don't want this video to get too long, but that's how I did the first half of the project. In next week's video, I'll be showing you how I installed the shelves that are going up. So I'm putting 3 shelves above it, and then how I'm going to trim it out and then paint it all and then organize with it, moving all of my linens and stuff in there, and then showing you how the shelves look all finished out. So it's gonna be great. I can't wait to take you along for part 2. If you enjoyed this video today, make sure that you leave me a thumbs up and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss a video, especially next week when they come out every single Tuesday. Again, I will be back next Tuesday with the part 2 to this video, so you want to make sure to stick around for that. And until then, I hope you have a great week. Bye guys.